欢迎来到赛博城市，这里机遇危险并存，只等你来争夺。霓虹灯下，各个阵营正摩拳擦掌，准备夺取这里的控制权。准备好大干那场了吗？想在这站稳脚跟，先得网罗人才。光彩夺目的幻灵战队会在每个阶段为你提供一件武器，并在战斗中周期性开火，星级越高，火力越猛。顶级的阿罗拉将传送备战席最左边的队友上场助阵，同时在场下输出积攒能量，伺机重返战场，对敌人发动致命攻击。原计划的成员们在专属装备的加持下，将收获战力与生存的双重保障，更加无懈可击。泽利一旦锁定目标，将瞬间化身最强杀器，精准射击直接宣告了敌人的死亡。战场是街头恶魔最理想的画布，他们笔下的彩绘格能带来多重属性加成，让他们在战斗中更加所向披靡。沙米拉敏捷灵动，能够轻松穿越敌阵，连续射击造成伤害，令人目不暇接。圣灵使者的每个成员都能给你带来独特的加成，成员越多，加成越高，实力飞升不是梦。雷克顿更像个要掌控一切的 CEO， 为了获胜，他甚至会要站在他身后的友军一口，从而获取友军的生命值。地盘争夺战如火如荼，这些独行侠也有可能成为你的最强助力。佛耶哥能根据他上一次击杀的最强敌人，模拟出一个全息投影，助你收割残局。卓越不凡的盖伦能发出伤害惊人的光波，他武器库里的羁绊改建还能进行重新编程。扎克的病毒会感染你的伤点，生成的细胞组织可以合并，增加自身生命，成为战场上最大的威胁。无论你是初出茅庐的新人，还是经验老道的谋士，这里都会向你敞开怀抱。赛博城市邀请所有意识来此，一决胜负。
哇塞，我的鼠标怎么那么的上头？没用力就会把全场爆头，爆头！我没有键盘，键盘自己在玩，在玩。我人的手雷穿过建模，无人生还。
我是刀塔教授，不然爆头，给你爆头，突然爆扣，这就保留胖胖。不 FPS 当我 RTS MOBA 好牛，打到了对面15秒钟摇头。我想 you can you got no BB no can， 50的扫妹，滴滴答叨叨，滴滴叨叨，滴滴的刀飞，柳线炒作，我为自己陶醉，疲惫已被哥们几岁变到屎柜，却被以 Z 里对你还洗肺，一本忘个几位，怕是我上对什么行为，不为别问，我家里出几位，不懵但不红问，老子自己记不自追，想得出我的游戏，默默的盯到破的记录努力的某会。
我要健身，我昨天睡觉打了通宵。
我骑车柳天就点击酒店，到头来生活天天重运母训厕所，每次人都被每次我里的怼，这场每次最后他都没有位置。
我要变成大嘻哈，我要去 ins 玩街霸。
小车开了，我呆了，闹掰了，碰面火腿肠和冰场都拆了，坏了，路基线炸了，好卡呀，有人他妈在搜查呀。
我很心烦，我的操作太性感，电竞的人都把我当下心肝。
去菜狗，去了带头，半百 C 的摸摸抬头，压力怪是我的态度，带飞宇宙，收了什么关口，直播秒的炸了，纯夸我太怂。
有种来考我，我做长宁，我要硬汉，这是真正的强行。
杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我杀我。
我是最强的，
青铜的，
从来看不上白银的，
而且水平是最平的。
不想赢的，
我是想赢的，
排位一直输下去吧，永远不会停。
他心脏会停的呀，我好想撕破脸才能。
我不会难为情的，
我要刷钱，要赢，要上分。
但我是那个漏洞。
我要跟你说个道理，你用刷钱效率去对抗虚无，
套上最贵的皮肤，挂机在排出体内的余毒。
我做得到。我享受游戏纯粹的快乐，当一个追梦的骇客。
我不是菜，我就是爱玩。
有多少兵才算合格？都在骂孙权哥哥。
为什么画面永远是灰色的？
因为你死掉了呀！
这还能输的？
别奶呀！
保持我 play loud 的 touch， 我只会对你 hurt。
管好你自己。可我真的需要一场单排放空，我好在乎这次比赛。
我要发疯！
我用键盘砸碎了屏幕，哥们才不是败者。
虽然击杀知道这3个，至少数据颠倒是帅的。
我虽然败了，但我败了非常非常非常不快乐。
是个拼命的 C 位英雄。
那你们出门装先买了，练着疯了，动作就疯了，老周的微操就特产不空抗，这把是要我这种没病的人，全看队里的稿子吧，进行一个冲号。我用物理打败网吧，进入弹跳，飞入狂跳，发来欠费的网费，当成记忆，管我当下，我不懂你的 gay 还有哪种活法？我是复数的差异的拉，也能永远有敌的1号位。
这个不能拿着我的 S5杀，不要接触外面和洗澡水。
别总拿电竞不能运动，做有趣的灵魂也影响比赛。
失败也可以是胜利，对不对？游戏卡当然是快乐崇拜。
主公，你明白游戏的意义究竟是什么了吗？
是赢，这把我要赢，有意义比有意思本身更有意思。
那你现在知道你该做什么了吗？
我悟了，现场的朋友们，把你们的装备
送给我吧！
我没有这个意思，我不是这个意思。对啊，
收徒。
反击啊你，削他呀！你俩还是回去搞说唱吧，不要来碰游戏了。OK？You can you are no can no baby。
极限操作就用眼 野蛮部落。单排上分，喝东鹏特饮；组团开黑，喝东鹏特饮；巅峰对决，喝东鹏特饮；累了困了，喝东鹏特饮。
Breaking necks and I'm wilding out. Reckless energy, I'm never signing out. Pull my elbows up and my money out. Cause I came to get down, so let's run it up. You can catch me in the pit.
再秒一个，再来！哎呦，我这人这么快，打中的！小分钟啊，给他分了，分一个，第二个，P90来了，很快。
哎呦，心跳狂点死了，他被缴械了，超级大招凯珠，对方一个一个图卡全部送掉。
这就是个打人去的，牛人终于拿到了这个击杀，一闪过去，大招上墙2个，非常帅啊！这个进场，
加一闪把高老给秒了，对好队，对回3个人，已经全崩掉了。
一个技能把武昌给拍死了。
第三个也有露露，4杀入手。
看一下怎么去操作，直接拧进田里吗？有，先把2楼打掉，再打一个。
闪出来看到了 YJK 这一枪，再剩一个。
Alright, here we go.
Oh, we will follow it forever. With He Will, Shanghai is your esports World Cup champion.
저희 팀이 APAC에서 마지막으로 남은 팀이지만 우승은 어차피 한 팀이 하는 것이기 때문에 괜찮습니다.
"我的胜决差1步就能帮助队伍战胜T1，我不会让遗憾再次上演。我们会把 ACL 第1冠军留在 CN 赛区。
从败者组突出重围的压力，只有我们自己知道。多说无益，我们会用表现打破质疑。
저희는 T1이 어떤 종목에서도 가장 강하다는 것을 증명할 것입니다. 상대 팀들 중 누가 결승에 진출하든지 간에 이미 상대팀을 한번 이겨봤기 때문에 저희는 또 한번 이길 것입니다.
Hello， 所有现场以及屏幕前的义士们，大家好！欢迎大家来到2025英雄亚冠 ACL 总决赛云顶之弈的比赛现场，我是你们的主持人夏安。接下来我们即将为大家带来的是败者组的决赛，由 Alpha Gaming 对阵 Team Falcons。 一方是稳扎稳打、实力强劲的运营永动机 Alpha Gaming， 而另一方则是从败者组一路厮杀至今，过5关斩6将，来到舞台中间的 Team Falcons。在今天，究竟是谁能够射出那一支通往命运的穿云箭？就让我们共同见证。而现在，我们的棋盘赛场也已经准备就绪，正在静候8位棋手的到来。就让我们有请双方战队出场。首先，让我们欢迎 Alpha Gaming。有请黎洛60 second 幻灭 Snowy， 欢迎各位。接下来，让我们有请 Team Falcons。有请李少、宁理、李图川、特斯拉，欢迎各位。再次的欢迎双方战队，也有请入座对战席准备。义士们，就让我们共同期待这一场精彩的对局，也把接下来的时间交给赛场。
And I think most players, when they first get the economy, unless you have a particularly good match, it's also the official start of the first game of the losers bracket finals, which is between Ting Feng and Zhang of game. It can be seen that the hacker has a 2-star UZ opening with 2-star 2 cost units. Li Tuchuan's side has a 2-star minor penalty, but the equipment has exploded into a major item. In the late game, all those steps will be lost. The 2-star minor penalty in version 14 is actually viable for a low-cost build. Li Luo has 2-star LeBlanc here, with 2 Senna in the backline. The 14.4 version's killer has been nerfed. I've seen some well-executed visuals. The 2-star Dragon Girl with her own original equipment, which isn't ideal for Sheungyan. These scattered pieces can be combined into ice armor and full set, but for high-intensity players, the equipment tends to be defensive. Li Luo's team has 2-star Echo and 2-star Mundo. Does he have the choice? In fact, in version 14.4, according to big data analysis, Street Devil has the highest average ranking. Because in 4v for lineups, the opponent's choices tend to avoid selecting identical lineups as opponents. Let's first examine Hex deck. The opening is Golden Hex deck. Yolin has been favored during the former bounty battles. The Mentor's Journey to Tianya. All the waiting posts have been updated and finally secured a position in Mianyo. The path of Ning Li's campaign has reached its peak with Han Jing's treasures. In reality, none of the 3 are ideal choices. We're still contemplating, ultimately selecting the Ikebana, likely to focus on establishing a mid-game tempo. Snowy's Poke Heal combo with Golden Shovel opted for the Golden Shovel, featuring a 2-star Darius. They'd likely prioritize building health first, before transitioning into a Brawlers and Scarecrow composition. Yo Lin's team began a losing streak from the start, facing off against Li Xiao of Tianjin Jamyan. The footage just now should have been showing the standing position. So, Tesla is in Shenzhen. The Yang Dao and 2G combo here will likely evolve into a card-based lineup. This Tesla player is known for his card-playing prowess, as he consistently played numerous card games throughout the ACL series and established a solid mid-game rhythm. Xiaojie. Consider using 2-star boots with Redemption's frontline. You should be able to execute a small combo. Li Tuchuan has chosen Firebrand, secured the red buff, and is now engaging. All available iron equipment has been crafted, though no level gap exists. We still secured victory in the first wave. This round, we encountered a level 4 Li Luo, and our own Li Xiao defended the mid lane, while our teammate Zhang Zhuangqiang. Now, it's all about who can push the limits with their combos. Given the early game pressure, the geared up sweeping method is more effective here. Li Xiang's side should focus on building equipment, but none of the gear has been completed. Let's bring up another one for him. Meanwhile, regarding Li Xiao's earlier statement, he should take personal responsibility. His equipment is both expensive and high-end. The price is 29,000 to 30,000. On the side of Alpha Gamer, the health of the 2 players, Li Luo and Liu Ling, is below average. After the 3rd wave, they should consider continuing to sell health points. For 2 players, the first wave of the 2 to 4 draft, to see if there are any key items to contest. Snow E's class change doesn't involve interaction, as there's also the option to turn a pot into a field. Ultimately, to form a card lineup where the tech gun is directly combined, would likely opt for card gameplay. Given the 4 versus 4 tournament format, In the 14.3 version, the dominant Toxic Dog strategy is essentially limited to the card deck with an easy 14.3 win. You can still play Assassin Vane, there's still time to try it out, but after the nerf in version 14.4, that wasn't actually a good choice. Here, we've achieved a 4-game winning streak, then a 6-game streak. The 5-game winning streak is acceptable. Both teams are still in the second round draft. The good news is that Lynchwine's team has a strong player here. The bad news is that Galio's team has 2 players from Alpha Gaming. They're the first to appear, as Li Loi picked Galio, making it a 6-0 lead. I believe it's Li Xiao who secured the water drop. Ning Li took the Great Sword. Eventually, Li Tuchuan acquired the magic resistance item. Illusion secured attack speed gear. The battle commenced prematurely. Skillful maneuvers were required. Alright, that's acceptable. However, Li Tuchuan's comparison with Li Xiao and Li Tuchuan, and regarding Tesla's side, the overall lineups of Ting Feng and Pose may still require a more detailed allocation. After Li Luo secured Galio, the 3-man team has already arrived. During the 2 to 5 phase, they plan to start capitalizing on the situation. Meanwhile, around the 3 to 4 phase, within their own card pool, there's still a Galio card. They didn't rush to claim it. It must have been the quarantine zone that just opened. Li Xiao with the High Energy Fangren's prototype equipment. The High Energy Fangren is a great choice for Varus. The prototype equipment is quite heavy, while in your own inventory, there are 2 water droplets, which likely indicates you'll encounter a Holy Source Judgment lineup later. You managed to take down a rock flow, right? Actually, both players' current losing streaks are far from their peak performance. Correct. The 2 AlphaGo players have suffered for consecutive defeats. Alright, let's move on to the next part. I want to discover... He's gone. Li Tuchuan and Huanyan and Ning Li are all in full health. In the final round, the 3 fully healed players, 2 are likely to encounter each other. Listening to the control, teammates on both sides didn't clash. Ning Li encountered Disillusionment. However, Disillusionment is level 5 here, while Ning Li is a level 6 2-star frontliner with equipment. But clearly, the Dragon Maiden on the Illusion side is more durable. The front lines of both sides are not on the same level, with the Illusion side ultimately reaching level 6 Ning Li. Now entering the jungle phase. Li Luo's 5-game winning streak has been broken. The 6-0-3 team has suffered 5 consecutive losses. This could be a major issue for them. Regarding Alpha Game's side, Dino's overall tempo tends to lag. He should focus on securing all necessary objectives. As the second key point for a support role, losing a limb early in the game is extremely detrimental. Regarding this version's win-loss streak, the 5 win and 5 loss streaks both yield only 2 extra gold. But for the Paladin, it's definitely better to execute precise chain kills in each wave. Therefore, the strategy of stacking health was observed during the jungle phase, where a wave of card stacking occurred. Tesla's card King Ching Feng is the strongest support. During the 3-1 phase, managed to snag a 2-star card. Ning Li over here got carried away with spending. After experiencing disillusionment, started using the 3 straight-up strategy and encountered his own teammate. Tesla would probably not consider providing equipment, given the pace in the early to mid stages. Will still be controlled by low-cost cards. the next wave of the Halong Mountains neighbors is likely to reach level 7, ensuring a high hextech drop rate. Combined with the emergence of construction-based hacking intrusions. Li Luo's side has the magic like transformation, while Li Tuchuan's side employs bond tracking. Suddenly, Ning Li also uses bond tracking. Li Tuchuan immediately takes it. In fact, when building structures, each team has 4 members. And there is a high probability of spawning bond trackers. Bond trackers, although compared to the previous version, have been slightly nerfed, reduced from 6 to 5 articles. But it remains part of the entire golden hextech system, with the highest ceiling, and Li Chao's sister, 2 cards, so both sides must have 2,000 gold, each sent a player, to chase higher limits. Opting for basic tracking is feasible. Ning Li's triathlon. Team will likely form a lineup featuring Draven and Galio as core carries. They're not rushing to reach level 7 here. The upcoming headshot can still restore health when encountering their teammate Li Tuchuan, as his health is slightly lower than Tuchuan's. Both sides have achieved 7 consecutive wins. The contestants have not encountered each other, while on the illusion side, we can observe that level 6 has exhausted resources, with merely 8 gold remaining. Huang Cheng and Li Xiao have made their move, Viego's 3-item build, and he can also break through some illusion barriers. In this build, he can synergize with more items and avoid defensive items. However, the current quality isn't very high. So, it's hard to say whether Li Xiao, on a losing streak, will face the fully powered Li Tuchuan. This round seems a bit weaker. Does that mean we can switch to more monsters? Actually, Morgana's gear transition poses a significant issue, as her damage is evenly distributed. What does this mean? It can't help you summon more monsters. But it's okay this time. Actually, it did summon many monsters. Wow, this is a bit tricky. There's a pickaxe in the 3rd and 4th rounds of draft, but Liu Ying for K didn't choose to pick it up. Instead, he gave up the shooting range. To Li Xiao from the focus team, Li Xiao is a bond tracker, although the overall card deck is Sheng Yuan. But the moment bond tracking was activated, if he possesses a synthesizable class with high conversion value, this scenario could potentially reach higher limits. If health management fails, with a crab card in hand, here we have a level 7 with 2 star Jing. You can upgrade 2 front row 2 stars to level 7, then use star power to draw several rounds. Consider activating the tracking skill at level 7. Li Xiao has drawn at level 7, but failed to obtain it. Most standard formula for level 7 skill activation tracking is 3 projects, 3 mother equipment inheritances, and 9 barrels. After Li Xiao reduced his draws, he didn't get the main component that could trigger skill tracking. All the red envelopes he received were opened. They usually come out mainly due to low blood volume. Tesla added the Lotus Flower technique, stealthily targeting Draven. In fact, during Phase 3, can inflict massive damage. Here, flames are beginning to erupt, creating a small rhythmic pattern. Yolin has now emerged. The glass cannon, you could consider adding combat power in the late game. There's Street Demon and Fueling Squadron. He didn't consider taking that shovel. Will he regret it? In fact, the Street and Illusion Bonds both have the potential to yield over 100,000 point colorful major bonds, and once obtained, they can be utilized in 4v4 matches to maximize their potential. Currently on the field, and the most beloved economic expert, given their robust health status. But we shouldn't base conclusions solely on outcomes. There's a copy here that likely has expensive front-end equipment, after completing the third phase of jungle based on your current gear. Class transition, make a strategic move to achieve the most rational decision. But the article selection is already full. Then, the major review session should be problem-free. The subsequent sections are acceptable. This is actually the third consecutive year. The pressure from before has been fully relieved. Li Xiao has also activated the basic tracking here. Fu Niu Xin, Yi Jia Jia Shang Ling. Actually for Sheng Yuan, Zhuang Sheng Yuan. After Xiao Shu's for consecutive losses in this round, there's the Holy Spirit Claw and Jiao Sheng Claw, which are already very powerful, along with Iron Man's 2 senior engineers, 2-star Zed and 2-star Darius. Went very smoothly, also got a Viego, with both frontliners at 2-star. With Zac, the potential in this game is actually very high, so the overall strategy is a 9-game losing streak. But after activating the card draw at level 8, you should be able to secure victory. I believe all the black beans will be used up. Reach level 8, though lacking funds, make some minor adjustments. Israel is here, Urga has arrived too. Should we consider going top? Yo Lin's team composition is already established, featuring 2-star Liu Na and 2-star Xia, with very similar positioning. As Tesla primarily utilizes guns in mid-game, but the gun's overall transition, L value that can be utilized, currently only applies to androids and killers. And the Holy Spirit, to assess combat effectiveness. Take the equipment collector in Dwelling as an example. Adding a companion is actually quite good. Overall, it's a decent draw. He's using 2170 to transition. Which is quite good. The third hex deck item, 1 gold or 2 silver. My current health is about the same as his. Let's see if we haven't given him a headshot in a while. Check out the 4 reinforcements on this side. Fighting side by side. The giant companion has been eliminated. All have been defeated. The mentor system and the city's fire department only have 1 screen here. The original plan was to incorporate the mentor system and support staff. In fact, the mentor system and support staff will have a great limitation on the overall positioning, as this version for Sheng Yuan and other lineups will all deploy a Sawani. Then the mentorship system you need to adopt. You have to keep all your apprentices together, which actually makes it easy for the pig girl to control the entire big one. Does it belong to the defense card? Sinonyu's side won't let him take it. Final pot was crafted into a swift shooter. Only the crocodile with swift shooter transformation exists. Its potential is immense. As the 6th Swift Crocodile, for most team compositions, with proper gear, it's essentially a straightforward push. However, sometimes we still need to save up funds. After activating the forward-thinking mode, we didn't rush to spend money. Let's just destroy everything together. Let's destroy everything together. Now, Snow E is here, or perhaps in the late game. Lioshinshi's Zilli isn't rushing to merge, likely assessing the external positioning. Ultimately, managed to merge both 2-cost and 4-cost units. Moreover, S Dragon Shadow was a consecutive loss converter earlier. The overall quality of the 2-cost units is exceptionally high. Looking at the overall 43, 0 well, the 3 players from Team Phoenix are all at level 70 or above. As for Team Alpha Game, all 3 players are below level 45. He simply can't manage it, looking at the overall team composition. The Feng Po's team holds a significant advantage. However, in the 4th and 6th rounds, after establishing their final lineups, both teams started to establish a rhythm. Liu Ling's triple shot, Sloane's double shot. The 5-cost card from the draft was given to Zac and Fieg. Li Xiao directly picked Zac here. Given the current health level, with 12 health points remaining, 1 wave could wipe you out. It's highly probable for Snowy, not having the crocodile item, 2 5-cost cards aren't actually that beneficial. A 5-cost, 3-star unit isn't a critically needed card for either team. Here we go. Let's check this wave's positioning. The forward-thinking team suffered 5 straight losses and drew a street-themed card. But the 3-piece fireman is only 1-star rated. We need to give him time to level up. The 1-star Samira wasn't considered for replacing the 2-star Jinx. Garn needs time to improve. He's dismantling equipment now. The equipment will likely be given to the 2-star Ziggs, but the C is calm, isn't it? Following the principle of equipment concentration, the main C code is equipped with 3 items. His current health is in critical condition. Actually, for Street Demon lineups, Yilu is inherently inclined towards support-type equipment, as Street Demons generally inherently possess a high health, attack power, and magic damage scaling. Now, we should equip him with items like Electric Blade, Ionic Spark, and Magic Burst. This will significantly enhance the team's overall composition. Thankfully, and within the Street Demon series, the crucial main character Fireman is confirmed. Check the right side for critical hit stats and damage boosting stats. Magic crit and defense penetration are key. My Riven, but the opponent's 2 for cost cards, both for cost main carries at level 2, with frontline Leona. Now fully equipped with 3-piece set, the overall strength is actually very strong. Initially, encountered their teammate Snowy, who was also in a dire state. Both sides are evenly matched. Ultimately, it was the side of 0-3 that prevailed, with a slight advantage. In fact, the outcome could have been decided in Phase 4. Teammates should avoid excessive engagement, which is beneficial if positioning is slightly off, but in Li Loi's case, he's already down to 90 to 120 health. The screen shows 6 consecutive losses, with only 18 health remaining. This is the pair that Afa and Gummin can't catch up with. The disadvantage throughout the game would be substantial, as the 5-stage foundational mathematics is set at 10 points, then building upon this foundation, each additional monster inflicts slightly more damage. For Li Lol, it's almost safe to say there's only 1 chance, or half a chance, for error tolerance, while Disillusion has only 1.5 chances. If we consider Disillusion and Li Loi, when they encounter each other, they're likely to be in 7th and 8th place. This round might see an 8th place player with 60's own health at 18 and 15. 60's side is now on fire. Given that top tier players have margin for error, the scene after level 9 is drawing a 2-star Viego in this round. But this is precisely the most crucial position in team composition. Encountered Tesla, but as long as I'm not the 7,100 Samsung card, and Samsung's positioning is already a victory, this 6th victory is relatively the 7th. But the team's overall lineups, strength in Phase 5, has actually declined. The second scenario here was easily won, while Li Lua's side wasn't as fortunate. Facing the Tesla family, ultimately leading to Lao Ba's elimination, has become outdated. It appears there are still 48 UI remaining unspent. Regarding AlphaGo, to win this game, the key is to minimize the chances of snow and disillusionment. Another Lao Ba emerging. I still have ample economic strength. Moreover, both parties are eager to leverage Tesla and Li Xiao's extensive resources to launch major initiatives. The back-end operations also maintain high quality, with the 2-star Zack in the rear and the 2-star Deku Kingdom. Actually, after completing the 2-star 5-cost frontline, what's the current situation with 60? The overall strength is quite high, capable of pushing the limits. When compared to the equally intense 60 seconds, it still managed to secure victory without any collisions, as there were absolutely no obstacles. You've already lost a round. It's hard to say you've lost with finesse. Then sell this scandal and bring up Galen 0 to 6 and still lost. Now we can relax a bit. Since the next matchup is either Tesla or Snow E, this final round of margin for error, without the Crocodile's 6-speed shooter, still falls short. Hong Yang kept drawing cards, finally got a 2-star Draven, and Sawani, but still 1 star. Ultimately, he might consider spending all his money to see if he can push Ling Li to 7th place. Ling Li hasn't found the right approach here. Although the 2-star Xayah is considered a pass, it's actually being outflipped by 2-star Jinx with equipment. Similarly, the 2-star Aphelios here encountered a level 9 scenario that has already been executed. This wave should be able to take them down. What are you all talking about? I never said that, but Snowy, on your side. This egg encounters more of Li Xiao's backing. Ultimately, the Alpha Revolution is a young master, right? In the first game, Snow and Lilo were eliminated in the 7th or 8th round. The main reason is that all the items they opened were usable, right? At least for AlphaGo. To win this game, they can only hope that the situation and 60 can take the top 2 places. And the overall blood advantage actually lies with Ting Fang Cost. Our team's Li Xiao has achieved 6 consecutive wins and will face 602 in the next round. The opponent's Garn has been modified and is now in play. His deck is of high quality. But the opponent's family has for stationary units 1-3 cost and 2-2 cost units. Which one to choose? He's finished. This will also continue to be an organization under Chuck, without any pursuit of 2 stars, so whoever leaves the 3 blood and 2 blood guard will end up in this match. That's why we previously mentioned, even though you can, at this moment, AlphaGo's health is critical. They hope to avoid internal conflicts as much as possible and aim to engage with the team from Tingfeng Company to see if they can succeed in external battles. Both Liu Ling and Huamian emerged victorious, thereby knocking down the ranking of Tingfeng Company in this competition. He mentioned that if the 7th and 8th positions were taken by teammates, but Li Xiao's side was basically tracking after finally completing the lineups. The overall quality has been raised to the maximum. The subsequent wave of Dalian Show's visuals was never executed. After the opening, I had a very good upper limit. For families with multiple career changes, the disillusionment of Sanshay, particularly his label, does not show the 60. Dali Tuchuan and Tesla have also become useful. For instance, the 60 on this side and Tesla's card lineups here actually start up slowly, but have already reached the top 5, which is quite impressive in the entire game. He also fulfilled the team's mid-game tempo control mission. But now facing disillusionment, he's likely to be eliminated. The 2-star Zack's coordination hasn't been executed yet. Opting to take him out quietly, the mission is complete. Once the team regroups and regains control, they ultimately eliminate Tesla. However, Team 60 is down to just 2 health points after being attacked by Li Xiao, since at that moment, this game for AlphaGo was already extremely challenging. With 2 health 60 and 3 health disillusionment, if they encounter each other, one of them will be taken away by the other. The process is over. Congratulations to Zixa, and also congratulations to MLXG. In fact, they won the first game in the match. Yes, for both players, and for the 4 players of Alpha Game. You may have to think about the next game now. How to fight in the next game. They need to communicate with their teammates. But they lost too much blood in the early stage of this game. And as I said before, the screen has marked 60. In fact, this game is over ahead of time. It's a bit difficult to watch, whether it is the picture winning or the 60 winning. One of the 2 players is destined to be taken away by the opponent. Li Xiao and Li Tongchuan have 28 blood and 27 blood, respectively. In fact, they will not be taken away in the 6th stage. Then the 4th place is actually a member of Alpha Group. The instructions you gave were not followed properly. which led to a significant lead in combat power compared with others, or the ultimate outcome of having 2-star Zac eliminated, leaving the backline without 2 stars, both sides exchanging attacks. Ultimately, Team 604 secured a narrow victory, claiming 4th place. Team Li Xiao lost to Li Tuchuan, but the outcome was manageable. In terms of card game strategy, I managed to maintain my overall tactical approach. This round with Ting Feng Company was actually quite successful. I wouldn't have been able to play Tesla's Rhythm in the mid-game. Many players, but Ning Li with the 60 Hedge Gunner, and Li Xiao with the highest bond tracking limit, each fulfilling their roles. Li Tuchuan, the Street Demon leader. Everyone accomplished their missions after the launch. They relied solely on themselves. The intriguing aspect of this game is the target of tracking has made it to the end. The right flank was ultimately overwhelmed by Dacheng Street Demon Li Jishuan. In the previous round, the 2 players from Team Focus secured the top 2 positions, which was unexpected. I've always thought that the street style in Tonchuan should be uniquely good. After a few seconds, Li Xiao sold all his cards. He wanted to end the game quickly. This Mulan, in fact, on average, left us with the impression that she could lock blood, but if you don't buy healing, you might get stuck inexplicably, but he is able to, during the mid-game, deploy 6 senior engineers and 7 street demons, and still manage to track the entire bond system in the late game. In fact, only the new Li Jia class transition wasn't utilized. We also congratulate Ting Feng She on winning the first level showdown, with a 2-star start and multiple equipment setup. Alright, see you in the next match. Number 1, take the battle. Number 2, take the battle. Number 3, take the battle. Let's check the climber data. The winner is Li Tucheng from Team 4, who achieved the title of Senior Engineer 6 and Street Demon 7, chose Fire as the opening rune in the game, which helped him achieve a high winning streak, while also tracking to reach a higher ceiling, and ultimately selecting the original plan's uplink link, which actually aligns with the tracking and test firing equipment hexes. There exists a strong synergy. And the final team composition, along with the utilization of bond tracking. Only one newly added class was not utilized. Let's examine the data of an advanced 8-player team. In fact, for the AlphaGo team, their early to mid-game tempo management was somewhat lacking. As for Leloy, we recall that during the 2-3 phase, he summoned the level 3 knight, but ultimately, before transitioning to the jungle role, his potential was halted, and he never achieved greater heights. Old 8 departed, and the information was shared with all attending physicians, thanks to the government agency, CPC Shanghai Municipal Committee.
极限操作就用野蛮部落。
单排上分喝东鹏特饮，组团开黑喝东鹏特饮，巅峰对决喝东鹏特饮，累了困了喝东鹏特饮。
Alright. Second round of the losers bracket is now officially starting. They can also see whether Changban is sharing the money or not, which is actually crucial for 4v4 matches, as everyone is quite familiar with each other in overall decision-making. This city-state actually serves as a strategic advantage for both teams, and the choice is essentially the same. Since the 4 team members can communicate internally, they can decide based on splitting or not splitting the money and the amount he offers, whether to assign a team member to split the money or 2 team members to split the money, which ultimately led to the income of both teams being completely equal. Therefore, at the start of this round, we have 2-star Silas and Li Chuchuan. This indicates that the equipment for this side is Chi Your Lantern. The reason you're not in the 5th or 4th position is that only Shi Yuan has Steel Tooth Heroes. In fact, for Shengyuan Virus, both are left with mana after finishing their attacks. The overall rune setup isn't ideal, but the early game rune cards came through smoothly. Li Xiao started with 3 magic brick robots, which were introduced in the previous patch. Many players opted for this choice due to the dragon's overall length and Aurora's high strength. But this version has been nerfed. It's actually hard to see in our matches. The other side's hex deck is outstanding. There's a roaming trainer on this side of the screen. Then, the Guangming Biological Spirit Essence. In actual competitions, might opt for more stable choices, and indeed establish a lineup. In the previous round, both Hynda and Li Loi selected Treasure Collection. This round, someone is following Tesla, pursuing the noble adventure of 260 seconds. Final roaming attempt here was successful, capturing the essence. And he started with a Yang Dao. The Yang Dao and Ji combination is actually very good when playing cards. Liu Lin, Greaves, Sivir, and Rakan are all top-tier cards. You should keep all 3 cards initially, as in the Sway match. If you obtain the Noble Adventure card, her families will be defending you. Although Hex deck itself can provide 2 small replicators, when confronted with the defense of 4 families, it is still difficult to get 3. In fact, in our ACL competition this year, there was a very classic scene. At that time, there was a player named Ko Yu, who was the same as Chen Guangmao. At that time, there were the Witch and Echo, who were blocked by many cards from the opponents outside. Finally, at the time of 4-2, there was a wave of black and Caesar X, quick thinking. So a wave directly drew 2/2 cost 3 stars, offering the rewards of a grand adventure, ultimately leading the team to a comeback. Victory. Li Xiao's side chose the Central Asian Sand Road and directly combined the equipment to break the spell. If you take the Central Asian Sand Road, the overall lineup will lean towards a magic-based approach. As for the Great Sword, in magic-based lineups, it can only be crafted into a blue dragon sword, or later given to Fieg's Silver Snow. Then still in the economic sector, 2 knives plus a big stick, and Apha's side continues to develop Funyo, which should be in the early stage, by leveling up to gradually stack the bull's layers. Tesla, since it automatically defaults to Smart Default, in fact, 4 cards, Smart Default is a fairly decent tool, and I've kept the Dragon and Joker in my hand, which should lead to another card game. The Tesla card god is likely targeting me. Yang Dao and He Chang have also merged, each possessing a card. But this merger is unfeasible. We should eventually reach a operational lineups since we've secured the rare treasures. Regarding these treasures, in the second phase, after all are extracted, there will be an additional 2.5 pieces of equipment. Looking at the entire phase process. For a 4-gun, for lineup composition, it can provide both frontline and backline coverage. With proper equipment for the second tier blue draft, there's no post-event card. Facade directly took attack speed, while Illusion grabbed 3 large packs. In the second draft round, Alpha Game's 2 players emerged. As we can observe, Focus's team strategy generally avoids taking consecutive losses early on. Whereas, in the previous round, many players opted for consecutive losses, securing for blocks, or splitting 10 with others. Both sides will likely send a player to handle the money distribution. This might require post-production adjustments. To distribute earnings among high-performing team members, as this approach is more efficient than a single player getting for gold, and all possible items for Solongyi have been crafted. Sunfire Aegis is the priority, otherwise, functional items won't be available. But unfortunately, we lost the last team fight before this draft. Then, the team used 2-star Galio with Essence, Reaver. Fortunately had 2-star mid-tier frontliners, without 2 stars. This great cicada armor. It's really hard to stack up to 35. But it's still considered a decent Windblade. The 2 blades have also been combined. He can still place monsters in the middle with just a slight gap to the ultimate. Plus, his teammate 603 is also a 2-blade combo. When should we consider combining the tech cabin? But perhaps considering the teammates' combat power, they allowed teammates to switch more monsters. As depicted in the original artwork, Tesla has sold out the Joker character, leaving only a single bro card. The card pool contains 3D layers. With a basic gold card, however, due to consecutive losses, I didn't consider acquiring them. Regarding the overall second phase rhythm, for the Focus team, they've suffered 5 consecutive losses. Can Li Zhichuan's team secure 5 straight wins? This robust economic sector could drive their growth. If they manage to break through, it would greatly benefit Fox's overall rhythm. We can observe Li Keqiang's side, leveraging the level up need to reach level 6. Secured a 5-game winning streak, while maintaining a 20 gold economic advantage. The crucial mid laner also successfully upgraded to 2-star mirror. In the third phase, you can still achieve longer winning streaks. We just observed the overall pace of phase 2 for AlphaGo's team. This actually applies to all 4 players, is not ideal. None have achieved significant winning or losing streaks, so for Focus, the early game advantage was already somewhat established in phase 2, and indeed produced excellent results. Black Milk reported unstable equipment, with only 3 pairs remaining, but ultimately secured it. Regarding the 2 Alpha Gemini players choosing treasures, the outcome wasn't actually that favorable, since maintaining lane presence allowed you to farm more jungle monsters for gear. This essentially meant my Hextech choice, the advantage of extra equipment. This potential benefit might be somewhat diluted. Lilo's blue buff and tech gun, or Viego's 3-item combo, will likely transition into a Viego with Holy Grail, or a Holy Grail Viego, aligning with the 9 to 5 comp. The team began transitioning at 7:30, attempting to execute the rotation. The Big Bangs card is highly coveted, but the frontline setup is inadequate. It's impossible to build a pure defensive frontline setup. Only options like immunity are available. If combining, consider functional items like Redemption. Defensive gear with great swords is quite appealing. Yang Dao's Endless Chanjia is likely to reach. The heavy armor marksman lineup, with the emergence of Diablo Hextech, a golden visual effect appears. This area features bond tracking, but no bond was selected. The challenge is here again, without opting for higher limits. Would you guess? The previous group chose implantation. They probably wouldn't go. My blind guess is they still did the gacha draw. Both might have plans. Tesla also launched at level 6, but failed to draw 2-star cards and couldn't synthesize the Sunblade, either temporarily unable to do so. Unfortunately, there are 2 unstable, scattered swords that can be upgraded. This indicates that the sandy terrain is on Li Zhichuan's side, and it's a tracking mechanism with 100 health points. But the 2 waves we're currently seeing are still Fan, who has 3 Yuan in hand and is holding onto the magic cylinder cards. Likely to switch strategy soon. There's a high probability of triggering the pair tracing ability at level 7. Leo C and Shizy's equipment here encountered the level 6 activated disillusionment. 2-star card. Equipped with throwing knife, burning blade, and tech gun, triple layer gear still maintains strong dominance in phase 3, successfully disrupting Li Zhichuan's continuous fire. From 3 to 5, such achievements are more common. Yes, this will accelerate your descent in the middle. Moreover, the current visuals show 2 people living together after reaching level 6. The 4 consecutive positives. Examine the overall for single cost and 2 cost cards. All have been upgraded to 2 stars, but there's no Braum. 2 battle type hexes. If there are too many, the overall quality in phase 3 is sufficient. We need to find a deputy star, and having 2-star frontliners is crucial. He's currently not in the front row, but Tesla's front row is already 2-star, and that side also has 1. Sheng Yuan just realized a lineup is currently transitioning, which could be considered a front row heavyweight, like Braum and Skarner. Then, the main focus is on 60 seconds new generation Kaisa, with both sides having operational players. From the previous round, they've all encountered opponent-initiated cards in the early to mid-game. We can't let him have too much fun alone this round. They've all delivered the expected quality in early to mid-game. The 3 to 6 draft selections are still ongoing. 60 and Tesla are the first to exit. There's a big chested fireman here. Would you consider taking him? Although the big sword isn't ideal for Fireman Street style lineup, he can still provide firepower during the late game, but that's actually quite unlikely. In the end, he still managed to get it. Huijin Ganlu posted a look at 03 Li Duo. We're still considering this side. Recently, he acquired the lock armor. The 4-card Shadow Fiend was assigned to Snowy, whether to split the money or not. The same 2 sides would likely send teammates in need of funds to choose the split. Fei Gu Si has 2 cards under 2,000. Lu Si has 1 card. Jubei isn't in a hurry, but can these 2 C cards be played together? We can take the risk here, in the D row. Russia has only 1 card. Song Yi's side has reached level 7. The second hex deck choice is the Proto Belt. This actually aligns with Jonan's treasure hunting strategy. There's a minor synergy with Jonan's treasure hunting and unstable equipment. The total equipment count in this round is quite substantial. Actually, as the game progresses, each disciple of the demonic fish will have their share of the original plan's destructive effects. They will encounter their own teammates' disillusionment. Both sides know how to counter for each other. Both are strong in the mid-game with dual ceremonies. Good brothers should keep 1 or 2 cards. This side probably can't beat the 2-star cards. Lesser Heat loses 1 unit. I'll choose this one. Spotted it with keen eyes, but the overall rhythm is still okay. There's a battle strategy here. After drawing cards I got for consecutive wins, this round was secretly initiated with significant improvement. After acquiring 2-star cards, continued with minor draws to see if more cards would appear. This is the type of card we often refer to in games. When you draw 1, you might continue drawing card waves, like the Southern Gun 3-wave. Dilua's original plan was to ascend the chain while also protecting his own treasures, with a minor synergy. The opponent is Li Lo's family, but the overall quality. Compared to Snowy, Li Lo's side is slightly inferior. Li Lo's health is also low. Li Lo's 3rd row has a 4-fold reinforcement, which actually boosts combat power. After 3 stages, in terms of overall health, Alpha Game has a slight advantage in this round, with 3 players in the top 4. Tesla, after losing Disillusionment, achieved a small 3-game winning streak, while opting for Qidong in the jungle. This is the only issue. Secured a 3-star card and a 3-star Darius. As we all know, this game is already quite favorable. There's a minor detail here. After acquiring the Divine Artifact in Phase 3, didn't immediately rush to activate it, since in Phase 3, if you use the Artifact's forging tool, when activated, it will generate economic-related artifacts. The quality will be, if we shoot in Phase 4, we will have pure combat artifacts. When is the double-layered armor more important? Both are correct. Therefore, Li Xiao's side can reach level 8 with a 3-1 combo, directly activates and draws a 2-star Viego. The 2-star Viego with 3 deities should pause briefly here. Similarly, the 1-star Aurora wasn't considered for immediate replacement. In this phase, choose 2-star Morgana. For combat, they aim to secure their ranking, as evident in this version, where Aurora's priority, across various lineups, has been decreasing. If we compare it to the previous version, all your lineups, the potential to create artificial beings, will all have a 1-star Aurora, and equip her with gear. On the 60 side, actually, what we mentioned at the beginning, In the 4 versus 4 match, you choose to take a risky move, which means you will be blocked by the other 4 players. In this situation, with a 4-2 hex deck, you can either get 1 gold or 2 silver medals. The opponents are still hesitating, and ultimately opted for Pandora's Battle Ready Seat. Yolin's team has started charging forward, with each member earning 5 yuan. Ultimately, the 3-star male gunner, although not needed, was ultimately drawn. The provided Bug King adventure comes with a support item adventure and 2 warrior-type divine artifacts. These 2 warrior-type divine artifacts were specifically given to the male gunner, but in the overall team composition, he has no synergies. Compared with Street Demon's Regulator, you can trigger 2 judgment effects, but the overall strength remains questionable. The current 32 health Dodola, that crucial health point, was the key to securing a win, but the given gold advantage is actually vital in 4v4 matches. Golden Disassembler actually allows teammates to have some margin for error. As long as they have card equipment, they can disassemble equipment infinitely, control their own quality, whether being targeted by teammates or targeting them, can execute with greater precision. The 2 small replicators in hand remain unused. So, we haven't deployed Aphelios here, as the enemy is approaching. The 2 new heroes. Liu Na and Yu Xing lack a frontline with 3 stars. The backline cards were eliminated, and the final hex deck 4-2 chose to carry a cannon. The 3 strength hex deck then faced off against the 3 strength Tesla. The opponent had a 3-star frontline and 3-star cards, making their frontline too tough to break through. But in terms of overall lineups, the Gunners are actually better suited for card battles. This side is a complete matchup, and they successfully won this round. The decoration is like this, and the selection of 4 people includes Samira and Fyra. They probably won't consider it to get high-cost cards. Lilo's team is likely observing both sides. What do the opponents need? Then strategically block the opponent. But in this game, there are numerous equipment options, none of which have reached Phase 4. Each contestant should have crafted their main character's 3-piece set. Whether to split the money or not, $6 or $15. You would still choose to distribute it to the teammate who's more in need. This round involved 3 players dividing the money. It's unclear which side might need to apply some pressure. After the 9-player lineup was formed, Li Xiaochuan from the 2-player lineup has already taken a commanding lead. Here, still hasn't activated the basic tracking. What should we do later? Actually, that was a bit careless. So, when we had a long river earlier, we could consider going down. That's correct. I gave the score, but the difference in 4D is, if you're not using the ultimate max level lineups, with a 2-star Fyra with Toto, your equipment setup is Lishi's, which is extremely popular. Shenshi actually operates exceptionally well, has launched 3 combat-oriented games, though claiming to be level 9. Still can't defeat teammates with triple combat power like Tesla. But this teacher John should be able to handle it. Fortunately, my health level is still relatively stable, with room for adjustments to gradually refine the visuals. The current position is 7 if you've already achieved 3 stars. Tesla hasn't opted to draw 3-star bro at level 7, but instead directly boosted their population to level 8. Unlocked quadruple equipment and failed to acquire misfortune. The Dragon team also reached level 8 with LeBlanc, but didn't actually hit level 8. However, their cards lacked 3-star synergy with 2-star cards to challenge 3-star ones. Similarly, my third hex deck choice was an economically oriented Pandora's Box and Potions. That's certainly no match for the 3-star, 3 combat power Tesla here. This is actually quite risky. The visuals are equally intense. The only difference is the contestants' IDs, but the team members' backgrounds remain identical. Pandora was replaced, ultimately achieving a 3-star card at 4-7 with 24 health remaining. Here, after Tesla upgraded to 7-8, will likely continue pursuing the 3-star Braum, due to his peers having only 3 Brahms on the opposing side. The significant advantage, the crucial factor, lies in this Dilu's exchange. On Dilu's side, level 8 with 50 gold has the capital to upgrade to level 9. Actually, due to 4 reinforcements, the main character successfully reached level 2, which is quite normal. Here, prepare to level up to 9. Still haven't drawn the pig in the card draw. The Madman is targeting Nafeli with 1 star. Considering reshuffling the original plan's upward chain, so if the next reshuffle can be executed, there's a chance to secure the 7th position by year end. Li Xiao's team also reached level 9 with meticulous details, deployed Zack to the field for several organizational plays, while maintaining adequate health. Ultimately, they opted to send Aurora to pull Zack onto the field for victory, preserving the chance of winning. Currently, Aurora is at 23. Zack, who was swept off his feet, the health boost from his organization is actually attainable, but the magic power increase from his organization cannot be obtained. This is also a feature of our team fight tactics. The unique Aurora's pull mechanic. Who will receive the mark? Then, check the left and right sides. First, examine the card changes. Deploy a wave of warriors and fortresses. Keep drawing cards until you get 2-star pigs. Here, Li Luo has 2-star Neophily. Their destinies are completely different. One is a 2-star, 2-cost card. The other is a 2-star, 4-cost card. He has already acquired it. The pig on his side has finally arrived and sold the 2-star Nafeli. Let's see if we can get a 1-star pig, and Aurora has also arrived. We can pull Kokobo up. Now, the most anticipated thing is actually after Kokobo's update. With the removal of the blue bar, he can be consistently brought to half health and trigger a powerful LV control. Then, when pulled up by Aurora, it's actually beneficial. Compared to Tuchuan's side, all 5 cross cards are already 2-star. The 3-piece Galio and 3-piece Aurora are crucial. They eliminated Lilo's final error margin. His skill was mistargeted again, left with just 2 health points. The same disillusionment, also down to 7 health points. This round is actually quite similar to the previous one. Alpha Gamer is once again in a significant disadvantage. As you can see, there's a marked Li Luo on the screen. If the illusion encounters Li Luo, one of the 2 players is doomed to be taken away. At this stage, he needs to come down the winning streak he had earlier. Even though he had a 3-star Draven and 3-star Twisted Fate, his frontline's overall quality was significantly inferior to others. The fact that he managed to stay was actually due to 2 players encountering each other later and then meeting Liloy. Both were players with no margin for error, and inevitably, one of them would become the 8th place. On Li Luo's side, Zhu Kaishu used his first skill, but the 2 dual core characters on the opposite side were positioned in corners, making them untargetable. However, in the front row comparison, without decoding, Lilo's side still comes out on top. The 2-star Iron Man takes position at the back, successfully eliminating the enemy's illusionist. Our own units are immobilized, and teammates were also taken down by our own actions. The marksman nearly hit Sheng Yuan. Regarding the overall average ranking, the situation is getting a bit risky for Alpha Game. But fortunately, Focus's winning streak is with Tesla and Card in the late game, which is in a high ceiling lineup. Snow E and 62nd S have the potential to overtake. As seen in the 19th National Congress, following the death of a person, the division of funds here may lead to a different role. There's still room for improvement in specious competition, whether to split the money or not. This kind of black intrusion regarding my team with more players on the field, he actually has a significant advantage, as you can deploy more teammates to choose not sharing the money. Then you'll consistently earn 10 yuan or even more. This will allow the team with inherent advantages, originally for person teams, to further expand their advantages. The second place team is Liu Ling. Li Luo's team faces Ning Li. Both sides are at level 9, but Ning Li's positioning is meticulous. Hold the boar girl without letting Xiao Luo's Aphelios get controlled. Although Xia got controlled for a moment, she actually didn't have the activation item. If she had activated it, she could have removed the ward. So, in this round, Zhong Ye played a crucial role, but in the backline battle, Li Luo was still more superior and took down Ning Li. Ning Li secured the 7th position, but now, Snow's health has dropped to just 10 points. Although 60 seconds executed a 4-shot burst for AlphaGo, it remains in a significant disadvantage, with a score of 3.8 to 5.2, so Longi's side is also out of funds, unable to stack the 28-layer Funyo with just $1. Difference. Li Loi encountered Liu Ling, while Snow encountered Li Xiao, an 8th level heavy gunner, fought against a 9th level Holy Judgment. The Holy Judgment side was slightly stronger, and their frontline held the line longer, but can they still win this round? There should be no problem, but they actually won this round, just barely. Di Rinji also secured victory for his teammate. Feng Yu was ultimately counterkilled. The 6th group has departed. Their resilience is truly remarkable. If we consider this, after entering the 6th phase, the overall selection rate will rise. Liu Ling, Kang De, and Li Luo are the 2 contestants. They both have only one last chance to make mistakes. And this game doesn't need to go into the 6th phase. Everyone's health is very close now. The highest health of Tianfeng Company, Li Xiaoqi's 19 health, actually only has a margin for error of 1. 5 waves. It's not very high. In terms of attack, it depends on the situation on the right side. At this moment, for Alpha and Gami, what they're actually looking forward to is that their 2 teammates do not collide with each other. Li Xiao is still improving, and 2-star Zack is stacking organization as he consistently secures himself in every match. Alu's stolen gear this round isn't ideal. Given the current situation, would you consider dismantling Alu's gear to enhance Jiangxi's Zack? Today, we successfully advanced to the next round, with all our primary picks being tanks. I believe each one is viable. Tesla has also accomplished its mission, establishing the most accurate mid-game card tempo. This match lacks the survival mechanism we discussed, and ultimately failed to execute the Alpha Gomina strategy. Successfully, the 8th player was eliminated. 3 contestants remain on the field. Li Xiao faces Liu Ying's team. Liu Ying's team, after launching the Chongguan adventure, has achieved high-quality standards. However, Li Luo, we can observe, has collapsed. Then, Alpha Gamer in this round of the game. Among the last 4 players, 3 of them got the last 4. In fact, in the whole game, Tingfeng Company had already won. The same can be said for the previous round of Tuchuan. Congratulations to Tingfeng Company in advance. For advancing to the final ACL Cloud Top 1 Championship, Tang Afa sent you the last dance. Here's the 60-second version. As the overall setup is a Street Demon style positioning. The positioning itself is immovable, but the card that reached level 8 without being released should still be obtainable smoothly. They will secure victory in this round. Beyond the finals matchup, can they ultimately claim the championship? Let's take a moment to relax. As partners, let's cheer on each other to conquer our inner demons. And then he will place the equipment here. Yes, it's still quite close. This is the scenario where a bomber was implanted and Li Xiao immediately left. The Tesla team is likely to target Li Luchuan as well. Each side has a mirror player and a main player. Yolin's team still has room for improvement. This is our strategy. We've swapped out Jiao Tong, the favorite character to play with today. Although my earlier attempt to stealthily take Dragon Lady wasn't successful, I did make some adjustments to the equipment. The team dynamics are actually quite good. We've allocated the tank items accordingly. The 2-star Nico secured victory, and we're boosting her. We'll allocate the utility items to Aiko Xingxing, hoping they can keep pushing forward to take down Li Tuchuan's mirror from what we've observed in this match. When it comes to mirror, we actually find Alola quite impressive, since Mirror's Alola never pulls her apprentices from the bench. For lineups featuring Alola, quality gap between fighting the main and mirror forms is particularly significant. Take the second round as an example, the final draft phase in the main storyline, the ultimate showdown. There's a dedicated venue for this. Neither side has developed a higher capacity collection system. Whether to distribute funds or not is no longer relevant. Both players opted to share the money. Li Lichuan's side continues to stack organizational structures, preparing for the final round to play the best game and give it your all. Improve any shortcomings, but I believe today's performance was truly perfect. Gailin's sword technique also involved 3 strikes, but at that moment, and actually during the mid-range phase, the overall quality has reached a level where 2 for 2 is possible, already quite full. The 60 series now features 2-star Kokub, with both sides at stage 6 to 5, entering the ultimate showdown. The entire team's ranking. I believe this is crucial. Tactically, he has fulfilled his duties to King Island. Li Tuchuan, due to the 603 flash positioning in Street Demon, can actually deliver strong crowd control with this client wave, but the front line here, with the support of divine artifacts, remains quite tanky. But clearly, the 603 side is closer to the 95 side, with a very small gap between them, although only one was implanted. The 6th stage base value of Rusher's strategy can still take down 603 points in one go, so congratulations to Tianfang Guangxi for 2-0 victory over Alpha Game. Looking forward to their finals clash with T1 tomorrow. He'll start with some strategic plays, then gradually shift to more aggressive tactics. Consistent with his previous interviews, his primary role is to provide team support, and he believes that upgrading the river is not about maintaining late-game advantages. Alright, let's examine the post-match stats panel. The players in this round, numbers 1, 3, 4, 7, all hail from the same team. My only regret today is that our team members, but essentially, all lineups feature Li Xiao and Li Tucheng from Tesla, with all 40 participants being new generation competitors. As the saying goes, a newborn calf fears no tiger. This also applies to the seasoned Alpha Gaming community. Our former AG4 Jia has taught us a valuable lesson. The anticipated veteran players have been underperforming in the early stages. Tesla's construction team remains reliant on his consistent card play. This strategy has allowed us to persist till the end, and this version is more targeted. You'll notice there's something interesting happening here. While there's already something established there, prepared to compete with them, then, due to an adventurous entity outside, the other team of 4 essentially encountered the Enchantress, would certainly assist. resulting in the 60-year maturation period being indefinitely delayed, dragging it down to 317 at a snail's pace. But when he finally caught up, he still managed to secure it. Moreover, the team communication was flawless. We witnessed that Li Luo's counter switch, indecision, which side to protect, has once again delayed the team's hope, caused Li Xian to leave. So I believe their internal communication and coordination must be highly efficient. But in competitions, there's always a weak link. This time, it might be the flight department, since we're not here tomorrow, but teacher Jan Chan remains. We'll keep cheering for the other teams, and the challenges tomorrow indeed reflect our previously perceived overall strength level. From our entire perspective, the top performers are truly outstanding. Moreover, Team T is an exceptionally formidable team and opponent. They have been continuously evolving in the iPad region, adopting the early game, fast-paced strategy of Flash Wolves, while maintaining their distinct speed advantage, thus securing a spot in the finals. They're now resting, conserving energy for the final push. This research phase is crucial for them to examine the final Dongli data. There will be ample preparation time tonight. Or follow the team member Li Tuchuan from the branch company, who fought till the end, ultimately relying on Xing Yuan 95 soy sauce, with continuous upgrades from 2-star Garn and 2-star Aurora, stacked with multiple organizational passives on Zac. Previously at 0.25 seconds, secured the ultimate victory. Was indeed hit quite hard, but that's okay. After the 2-0 impact, tomorrow marks the final showdown, but after today's performance, I feel very confident. I believe they're actually the slimmer side now. Right? Today's feeling is quite chaotic. Mentioned a highly concerned issue. Li Tuchuan is a rising star in the field. In the new competition zone, he has competed in 4 talk tournaments. Alpha has provided 2 participants who seem to be examining more advanced data. After reviewing 2 rounds, there appears to be no issue with the Fat Man, although the 3rd hex deck was observed during the 60th second, or perhaps with the support of card passing frequency, successfully launched their aspirational adventure. But regarding health management and card counterplay between sides, Tesla emerged victorious, dispelling AlphaGo's illusion. In the 4-player match, we observed that most of the time, when 2 opposing marksmen face off, Snow and Mingli, after Liuqi left, only Li Lu remained. Today, the teacher concluded that under the 3rd hex deck selection of economic enhancement and 4 cost reinforcement, no higher cap individuals were utilized. The 3 strength enhancement ultimately led to Lao Wu's elimination. All 4 participants were eliminated. AlphaGo 0, overall, based on today's 2 matches. It's quite regrettable. Regarding the topic, we'll discuss it in the next episode. I can handle it alone, without needing any assistance. You're monitoring your own inventory, they're checking each teammate. The next 2 steps, how to proceed. After reviewing the entire team's protective equipment data, we'll take a short break. Next up, we'll have interviews with tomorrow's finalists. They've been holding back their own energy to accommodate others, which may require the team to make strategic decisions, when to take command, and how to proceed accordingly. That's crucial, because I prefer having a mentor to guide me. That's right. Because working alone might lead to mistakes. I feel like no one will cover for me. But in team competitions, they sometimes overdo it, right? Maybe I had a bad game, but you'll find out it's okay. We're here for you, fighting alongside you. Indeed, everyone is doing their best. So, today seems a bit better than yesterday. Let's review again. Looking at the last round, we performed brilliantly and secured it with exceptional stability.
家好，欢迎来到赛后采访。让我们恭喜 Team Falcons 获得了本场比赛的胜利，为大家邀请到李少和李图传来接受采访，跟大家打声招呼吧。李少开始。
Hello， 大家好，我是李少。
Hello， 大家好，我是李图传。
今天真的非常漂亮，2比0斩获比赛的胜利。想先问一下李少，其实你们在赛前的宣传片上，队友也说，其实一路从败者组打下来，身上还是有比较多的压力。想问一下，是怎么样化解这个压力？到现在终于挺进了决赛的舞台，是什么样的感受？
其实就是经历过一场失利之后，我们队伍进行了复盘，然后调整之后，其实后面更有信心了吧，就是配合更好了，所以就很轻松赢下来了后面的比赛。
是的，确实能够感觉到你们一场一场的进步，因为4v4的团体战可能和个人战也有不太一样的感受，所以说也想问一下李图川，你觉得在我们整个比赛的行程当中，队伍可能进步或者说调整的最明显的部分会是哪里呢？
可能就是上一场对阵迅哥的比赛那时候开始吧。我们就打的配合越来越好，越来越有自信了。
找到那种感觉了，确实自信是一场一场打出来的。那接下来也问一下李少，其实你们的对手 Alpha Gaming 他们在最近的比赛场上都发挥得非常的亮眼。然后其实你们之前和他们可能也没有怎么太交手过，想问一下，你觉得面对到他们今天着重在比赛当中，可能把重心和重点放在哪里呢？
重点放在那个中期的节奏吧，就是我们中期节奏比较紧凑一点。他们有很多选手，比如什么灭神60，他们比较追求上限，然后我们就把中期节奏把握到自己手里，然后血量高一些，就很轻松就赢下来了。
确实这个中期的节奏也是我非常想问的问题，我们来听一下图川那些想法。因为其实确实感觉你们2局的中期的保血都做得非常的漂亮，你们的平均排名在绝大部分的时候都一直优于对面，这是怎么样？可能你们在这一部分有多付出一些努力吗？能和我们多分享一下吗？
在这一部分我们有就是私下有训练很多嘛，我们对这个比较熟悉。
确实是熟悉的领域，也确实打得非常的漂亮。那其实，在今天的比赛结束之后，我们有一个背靠背的赛程，在明天也要立刻迎来决赛，而且是面对 T1。其实你们之前在我们小组赛的时候比较遗憾落败于 T1，所以说这一次再次面对到他们，来问一下李少，有多大的信心能够拿下呢？
我有100%的信心吧。
100%的信心。那最后来问一下图川，来要不要在这个舞台上也说一下对于明天决赛的一个决心和期待呢？
就是我们可以输你一次，我们不会输第2次。
不断的成长，不断的进步，我们也为你们祝福，也希望你们能够在明天展现出更加亮眼的表现。感谢2位选手来接受我们的采访，让我们把画面给到解说。
With your strong support, the 2025 Esports World Cup will be a success. Today's competition has now concluded. The final losers bracket final saw Tianfang 2-0 defeat AlphaGamer, dominating the match. As for tomorrow's schedule, at 10 a.m. China Standard Time, the ACL Team Fight Tactics Championship Final will commence. Featuring Team TW versus Team Ting. Special thanks to our partner for the 500 yuan discount. Thank you for doing this. In fact, the two teams have a deep connection. Tianfang Wang Xi's team, built around the 2024 EWC Esports World Cup Championship squad. Blue team, with bonus member Li Xiao Tesla, and coach Ning Li's team, recruited strong player Li Juchuan, forming our theoretically strongest CN team. To face the Apex region's recognized powerhouse squad. Then, the ultimate champion will emerge. Let's wait and see. That's all for today's content. See you tomorrow.